Couch
potatoes.
Hello and welcome to the Couch Potatoes podcast, presenting your hosts, Nova and Commodore.
What did you think of Spaceballs? I mean, do we have to talk about it?
Well, yeah.
Okay, I guess so. Alright, Spaceballs, the Mel Brooks classic. So what did you think about it? What were your first general impressions?
It is one of the spoofiest spoofs I think I have ever seen. For better or for worse, it is a spoof through and through.
I've got a feeling that Tommy Wiseau was inspired by Mel Brooks.
Yeah, for The Room?
Yeah, for The Room.
No, that's a pretty good call. So yes, today we are going to be talking about Spaceballs. We'll jump around a lot, but we'll have a talk about the script, some of the...
No, the script. I have a few things to say about the script.
Sure. But, we'll talk about the script, some of the set design, how meta it is.
Really?
We might compare it to Galaxy Quest. We'll talk about the plot, some of the acting, how it's influenced by pop culture and its influence on pop culture, and also looking ahead to Spaceballs 2 when that comes out.
Yep, the search for more money.
Yes.
Let's hope that Jeff Bezos can give them more money than they need for this. But I don't think any amount is going to save this film.
You're not a fan?
I am a fan, but at the same time, it's like when you first watch it, you don't quite know what to do with it. It's like how girls used to give me the same look in high school. They looked at me, but they just didn't know what to do.
Right.
I was like a really complex controller that hadn't been invented yet.
Right, well, I have no idea where to take that. Next. Shall we start with the script?
Yeah, let's start with the script.
Okay. Give me your thoughts.
I felt the script was good. I felt like we probably wrote it in a previous life.
Yep. I think that's a sound comment.
I was just looking at it and I was thinking that we could have written this. Like it just hits all of our notes. And talking about the cast just for a brief second, they really picked the cast well. I mean, given the fact that this wasn't a high-budget movie.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Mel Brooks being the creative person behind this film, but then also starring as both President and Yogurt. Then you've also got the likes of Rick Moranis, Bill Pullman, John Candy, Joan Rivers. Yeah, it is a pretty stacked cast for what is a very silly movie.
Well, I mean, Mel Brooks was certainly cultured if he played Yogurt.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, that movie. It's hard to talk about because there's just so much silliness.
Oopsie Marzi, oopsie, oopsie daisy.
Oh, quick, let's jam the signal. And there's just a
random
huge
jam.
jar of jam that just hits the satellite.
And that would have had to be classically superimposed. Like, somebody would have had to literally throw that jam, somebody record it, and then someone somehow slow it down. And I don't know how they did slow motion effects in the 80s, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, very true. And I know I did say we'd jump around a bit, but just to get back on track, the script.
The script. Yeah.
So apart from saying that you reckon we could write it, what would... walk me through it.
I think it ticked off every single cheesy line you could probably throw at a movie, or at least most of the cheesy tactics you could have thrown in the movie. There were only 2 references to sexual reference. Now, keep in mind this was the 80s, and I think a lot of this type of slapstick comedy didn't have a lot of shock and awe in it in those days. It just wasn't fashionable. It wasn't done.
Sure.
If you did that for this kind of... Yeah, there were R-rated films in the 80s. Okay, there were R-rated movies. You had Alien, you had all these other things. But they were more action-based things. And I think back in those days, if it was R-rated, it was definitely down the more action-y type bent.
Yes.
It wasn't...
Not the sexual innuendo
No,
side of things.
no. So they wanted to keep it very light, or as light as you could possibly get in those days, and just have 2 or 3 scenes where it was slightly questionable. Like, for example, point out a scene right at the end of the diner when Barf's tail goes up that waitress's dress.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. No. Yep.
Something you wouldn't see in today's movies because it would be overly sexist.
Yes. No. 100%.
Sad, though it is.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's probably a good sign that even in the spoof genre that's the type of thing that doesn't show up as often, and if it does, it's more frowned upon.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Austin Powers was an example of that, but then that was in the 90s, so you could get away with a lot more.
Yes. And that was still quite a spoofy couple of movies anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, no,
Ruby,
so
baby.
Do you think the script was written well?
Yeah, I thought it was written very well. I mean, it is a bit of a painful thing to watch at first, especially at the beginning bit when the ship is coming in very slowly.
And it just goes on for about 7 minutes.
And you're waiting, and the Jaws theme. This was back in the day when you didn't have to pay artists royalties for things that you were going to use from the previous movie.
I think there still might have been. There were probably still royalties around that.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. I reckon. But yes. So yeah. So script. I'm not sure who it was penned by, but I'm assuming Mel Brooks played a role in that. He also had a couple of roles in the movie.
And now a word from our sponsor, me, a representative of Kooy Games. While you're listening, if you like what you've heard so far, be sure to check out our YouTube channel, where we discuss a wide range of topics from Yu-Gi-Oh! To reviewing the latest gadgets and everything in between. If you are intrigued by the song you can hear at the moment, be sure to check out our It's Time to Duel roast. If you have a product you would like us to review, please contact us at kooygames@gmail.com. Now back to the couch potatoes.
My guards will let you in.
Thoughts on Rick Moranis' Dark Helmet?
Helmet. He did one of the best roles.
Yeah.
Probably the most iconic roles for Spaceballs, because he is on the front cover. I mean, you don't see Lone Star there on the front poster. You see Helmet. And the reason why he's such an iconic character is because of his helmet. And everyone knows he's trying to take the mickey. Mel Brooks is trying to take the mickey out of Darth Vader. So I think we all know that. And he's definitely handing it up with the helmet.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the whole thing... I mean, if Galaxy Quest was more of a spoof on Comic-Con and those nerdy type of people and Star Trekians? Trekians? Trekkers. Trekkies. They call them Trekkies.
That's
right, yes. So, Trekkies and those Comic-Con goers. And this is far more a spoof on the Star Wars side of things.
Indeed.
Then we've also... Should we have a look at Bill Pullman and John Candy as Lone Star and Barf?
I love John Candy. I don't care what anyone says. He was a great actor. He was also a brilliant person. He was in a fair few cheesy type films, but that was just him. And I think if Jack Black was around in those days, he would have done similar roles with John Candy, because they're just a similar sort of acting stereotype. I mean, the one I remember with John Candy that is really notable for me is Cool Runnings, but I also really enjoyed him in Trains, Planes and Automobiles, a film you have to see. I enjoyed him in Delirious when he was a scriptwriter. He played a scriptwriter, but then somehow hit his head and then ended up on one of his soap operas, where everything he wrote became reality.
You are quite the John Candy fan. You know, I've only seen him in Cool Runnings, I think. I think that was the only other movie of his that I've seen.
Yeah, so I would recommend that you see him in Delirious, and I also recommend you see him in Trains, Planes and Automobiles as well.
Yeah, okay.
I think those are the two films that you need to see, because that's how his sort of slapstick nature really comes into play, and you get to see him as such a great actor. I mean, everyone who's met him, sorry to rhapsodize a bit about
go
John
for
Candy,
it.
but everyone who's met him has said how such a nice guy he is, and how when him and his family went on holiday, they actually John Candy would be the one to carry the bags up to his room instead of the bellhop.
Nice.
So you can imagine the bellhop trying to heave these bags up the stairs, and he's like, no, I'll carry this for you. And this big man starts carrying these bags up the stairs. It's quite comical, but all the time he's talking about like, what did you do this week? What's your favourite food? You know, he really gets into the mundane conversations and really makes you feel special. It's not like actors today who sort of just meet other people and it's like an act. No, it's much more genuine than that. He was certainly one of the few that were quite genuine. And as you see him...
And he was very good as Boff.
He was. He was half man, half dog. He was his own best friend.
He was. That was a very funny intro when he introduced himself like that. Now, as Boff is his offsider. Lone Star, Bill Pullman.
Lone Star, yeah. Well, what did you think about Lone Star, Bill Pullman? I mean, I remember him in Sleepless in Seattle as the sort of bumbling boyfriend of Meg Ryan, who didn't actually make the cut in the end. She went for Tom Hanks instead, but that's generally how those films go.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think I've seen Bill Pullman in any movie, apart from this one.
Yeah. For me, the only other film I've seen him in is Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, okay. However, I am more familiar with his son, Lewis Pullman.
Yes, as the... what's the name of the hero?
Well, he played a character called Bob in Top Gun Maverick, and he played another character called Bob in Thunderbolts, who ended up being the Sentry.
The Sentry, yes.
Do you think... So, we have heard from Mel Brooks. He has done a little advertising campaign online about Spaceballs 2 that is officially going to happen. It's in early development. First of all, do you think Bill Pullman returns? And do you think Lewis Pullman makes a cameo as another character named Bob?
Ooh, this will be interesting. Either Lewis Pullman comes back and does Lone Star, or he brings his son along, Bob, to be his offsider.
Right.
Because John Candy's passed away, obviously, sadly. So it'll have to be either his son or someone else who equally can fit the bill. Maybe Jack Black.
As Barf?
Yes,
or as someone else?
As Barf.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I would feel about Lewis Pullman being Barf.
No, not Lewis Pullman. He could...
do you mean like either Bill or Lewis be Lone Star and then Jack Black comes on as Barf?
Yeah.
I see. I see.
Yeah, correct. Or his son comes on as like a separate offsider, as his own character.
Yeah.
Maybe the son of the princess and
Oh yeah, well, son of the princess and Bill.
Yeah, correct.
Lone Star. Yeah, no, that could be quite good. That could be quite funny.
Well, what did you think about the little Timu Jawas? We're gonna call them
the Timu Jawas, the Ding Dinks.
Yeah.
There's not really much to say. I don't think they looked like the little mini. They looked fresh out of Star Wars.
Yeah, they did. They did.
I mean, a lot of this looked fresh out of Star Wars. The whole thing is Star Wars off Temu.
Star Wars off Temu, especially coming in with the Winnebago, the Eagle or whatever it was, not the Millennium Falcon, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yes,
flying through space. Would you ride a space Winnebago?
Would I ride in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
It's like a looked like a flying Volkswagen. You know, the wagons, the big Volkswagen wagons.
Yeah.
The combis, those are the ones.
The combis, yes.
Look like a big one of those. That'd be awesome.
And we would go ridiculous speed.
Ludicrous
speed. That's it. We'd go ludicrous speed. We'd go plaid.
Plaid?
Yeah, plaid. You remember the bit where they're going ludicrous speed and all John Candy and Lone Star can see is plaid.
I don't remember that actually.
And then John Candy goes, "They've gone plaid."
I don't remember that. Oh well, I guess that's a good excuse to watch the movie again.
Yeah, it was good. My other favourite bit was also with the guy who's actually become quite a famous sound effects person. His name is... He was talking about the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
Was that Tim Russ?
Yeah, Tim Russ, I think. He's an African American.
Mm-hmm. I think it's him.
Yeah, I think it's Tim Russ. But yeah,
he featured on Star Trek.
Yeah,
Star Trek Voyager. He's
a very famous sound effects dude.
Right.
As well, he does like a lot of sound effect type work, things that we take for granted these days with things like Pond 5 or YouTube in general. I think.
That Foley kind of work.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of like pirated. And I'm gonna say pirated because you can get lightsaber sound effects for free on YouTube. Like it's not difficult to attain that stuff these days. But you needed actual people.
You alright?
Oh, excuse me.
Right.
You needed actual people to develop these sound effects and carry them through. So it really shows you an era that has also gone by. And I guess that's what's special about this movie. My favourite bit of Spaceballs was when they got to Yogurt's planet.
Yeah.
And he sort of does the Wizard of Oz thing. And then they're all staring at him. And then John Candy asks him, "What do you do here, Yogurt?" And he says, "Merchandising." Merchandising? What's that? Merchandising. And then he takes them over to his, little shop. And it makes me think of being a content creator because you're constantly trying to forward sell something.
Yes.
And you're just basically one giant billboard. So that's what I found quite funny.
And then throughout the rest of the movie, there's Spaceballs placemats and Spaceballs toilet paper, and even in the shop there was a Spaceballs flamethrower.
The flamethrower was fantastic.
Yeah. Just changing tact a bit. How would you compare this in a spoof commentary kind of way to Galaxy Quest?
I would say that there are quite a few similarities. Just take the convention scene in Galaxy Quest, for example. Just comparing it with the merchandising scene in Spaceballs. You can see there was so much stuff you could buy. As a Galaxy Quest fan, you could get the suits, the posters, even a miniature of the ship, which you can also buy on Amazon, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Which I think would be pretty cool, very obscure reference.
Yeah, but yes, comparing the two.
Yeah, I think that comparing the two as films, I certainly think that Spaceballs is more spoofy.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you definitely had very obvious stereotypy type things, especially with the bit where they're combing the desert. Now, I am mentioning kind of a controversial joke here, because African Americans' combs are smaller when they do the afro, because the afro takes time to mold and you're sitting there in the mirror for hours trying to get it right.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a very slow process. But that's kind of the joke that they were having, which wouldn't fly these days.
No.
But it was obviously very funny when it came out, and people obviously enjoyed it.
Actually, in that same scene, I really liked it when Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet, he would use the speaker to talk to the person immediately next to him, and then he would take it away and just cup his mouth with his hands and yell across the desert.
yeah, that literally made no sense.
No.
But then most of the things in the film didn't make sense. One of the things that I have to mention, the transforming maid.
Okay, I am keen to get to that. I'm keen to hold on to that for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I would like us, while we're still in the area of absurdity. Yeah. It's definitely absurd, and we'll touch on it.
Yes.
The Schwartz.
The Schwartz. The Temu version of the Force.
Yes. Tell me, what did you think about it?
Be careful that you don't get your Schwartz tangled.
Oh my goodness. I thought it was very interesting that the Schwartz was like a Green Lantern version of the Force, but then also a lightsaber.
Yeah, I liked that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Yes.
But the fact that they had to hold it between their legs was hilarious, and that's how they started the fight. They were both holding it, and then your Schwartz is as big as mine, you know, as all this.
It's incredibly on the nose.
On the nose, yeah.
Yes.
Did you like the random bit at the very end of the film where the guy from Alien, who had the alien burst out of him and do the Broadway show? What did you think of that?
Loved it. That was one of my favourite moments in the whole movie. It was so random. It came out of nowhere. Well, actually, it came out of his stomach. But I thought it was so funny.
I remember seeing that particular scene just as a random clip somebody posted, and they post a meme, because a lot of people seem to be doing that nowadays, posting clips from movies out of context and then just leaving them and seeing how people react. Yeah, no, I thought it was really funny that he's lying on the bar going, "Oh, not again," and then this alien just bursts out of his stomach. And then he just decides to do the can across the counter and then out the door. Yes, and that was the special. Yeah. That was hilarious. I love that. Yeah, and also the semi lore building, I guess, of the Planet of the Apes movie. Yeah, it was a very light lore building, almost a lore paragraph, I'd say. Yes. No. With the maid's head getting chopped off and then landing in the... Yeah, but didn't you notice that the maid suddenly, as soon as it hit the Planet of the Apes planet, I don't know if you noticed this or not, it changed from like the normal Statue of Liberty lady to the Planet of the Apes ape. I didn't notice that. So it changed. No, I didn't notice that at all. Face. Interesting. Well, now we've mentioned the maid. Do you want to talk about how ridiculous and silly that whole thing was? The weapon. Yes. Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. I have to say, sucking the air out of a planet.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, that just fit with the movie, and I think that was a nice... the whole planetary disaster side of things was very Star Wars-esque.
Yes, it was. But I think the Mater was actually a lot more dramatic than the Death Star in the way that it transformed. And it gave you this sense of foreboding until you realised actually what it was in the end.
And then it's just the vacuum cleaner going into the atmosphere, sucking up the snow and the trees. It was ridiculous.
Yes. And especially the really random bit, and you could tell that they were wrapping it up before the ship, the Mate, exploded.
Yeah.
And all of these like random people. I mean, there was a guy with balloons, there was a guy in a bear suit.
Yes, no, that was... Oh, it was so random. Then they also had a randomly well choreographed 3-person like jump over a bar, tuck and roll. It was it was organised chaos.
Yeah, it was very organised chaos. What did you think of? Just a random side note. What did you think of the Prince Valium?
Valium.
He looked like a 70s e-boy.
Oh, I thought he looked like Lord Farquaad from
Shrek. Lord Farquaad. He huffed and he puffed and he signed an eviction notice.
I thought that was very funny the way they did that. I'm glad he didn't have much screen time.
No, he was a very bland character.
Very one-dimensional. But I think the joke was funny and it landed because he wasn't there much.
Another thing that I wanted to mention, Pizza the Hut.
Yes, thank you. I was about to mention that. That is such a funny name. Such a funny play on words.
Yeah, and probably one of the best things about that movie.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and he's just sitting there,
covered in pizza,
and the guy next to him is trying to eat him. Oh no, it was very funny. But again, that's a very one-dimensional character who I'm glad didn't have that much screen time.
Well, I mean, he made me hungry, so that was a major thing.
True. That is the main thing. Hey. So just looking at the movie as a whole, what did you think of the CGI and the graphics side of things?
I thought it was very close to Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe's Narnia. If we ever have the chance of watching that, we'll watch it. But it was of the same caliber and quality. The TV series, I mean, not the...
Oh, yeah, okay, because I'm thinking of the movie.
No.
Okay, because I haven't seen the TV series.
No. The BBC TV series from the 70s.
Right. Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense than what I was thinking. I was like, oh my goodness, no. Lion of the Witch and the Wardrobe is a lot better.
No, not the movie.
Yes.
This is where people get tripped up.
Yes, okay. But yeah, no, okay, sure, I'll believe you there. I think it also being a spoof meant that they...
could have a bit of leg room.
Or could have a bit of leg room in that they didn't have to have very good graphics.
Yes.
They just had to be good enough for everyone to buy
behind,
it. Yeah. What were your thoughts on the use of stunt doubles?
Yeah, that bit. That was actually quite good. I thought that was quite funny how they brought them into the shot. Mm-hmm. Even though they weren't probably doing much stunt doubling to begin with. It was kind of more of a pun. Because those stunt doubles didn't look very fit.
No, that's true.
From my estimation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I found that segment very funny. There are so many just little short 30-second skits throughout the whole movie that
look, it's
really
charming. It really is charming, and you just have to look at it as one charming romp. I think that's the best way to sort of unpack it completely. It's one charming romp. I'd be fine if there wasn't a sequel, but obviously there is going to be a sequel. and I'm going to be disappointed if it's not called Spaceballs, The Search for More Money is Over.
Yes, yeah. Something like that would be very funny. So yeah, with Spaceballs 2 coming out, what do you think will happen?
I have no idea. Is there any more legroom for the story to expand? I mean...
Well, they can pretty much do whatever they like. With it being a spoof...
Yes. I guess there'll be another adventure, and maybe the grandson of Lord Helmut or something will take over.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I will read out the
I don't know.
I'll read out the Spaceballs 2 official teaser trailer. Oh, it is officially scheduled to be released in 2027.
Very good.
So this trailer has 1.3 million views on kinocheck.com, and it was released 5 months ago. So this is what the teaser trailer says. 38 years ago, there was only one Star Wars trilogy, but since then, there have been a prequel trilogy, a sequel trilogy, a sequel to the prequel, a prequel to the sequel, countless TV spin-offs, a movie spin-off of the TV spin-off, which is both a prequel and a sequel, not to mention 2 Dunes, 7 Jurassic Parks, 2 Avatars plus 3 upcoming Avatars, making it 5 Avatars, 36 MCU movies with 2 different Robert Downey Jr.'s, DCU Attempt 1, DCU Attempt 2, an animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King, a live-action animated Lion King prequel, 8 Harry Potter movies, a TV series remaking the same 8 Harry Potter movies, a whole streaming service of Star Trek, 7 Alien movies, 2 of which were also Predator movies, not to be mistaken for the 6 Predator movies that are not also Alien movies, 1 Prometheus, which is kind of an Alien movie, 4 Beatles movies, and Oppenheimer.
They really took Hollywood to town.
But in 38 years, there has only ever been one Spaceballs.
Thank goodness for that.
Until now.
I guess I spoke too soon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think.
And then the trailer ends with Mel Brooks wearing a sweater that says Spaceballs, the sweatshirt.
Let's have a look.
There you go, that's him.
Oh, that looks so awesome.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be an absolute riot in the cinemas. The Naked Gun was a surprising success.
Oh yeah, it was. If we want to shift topic towards that, it
in
was...
terms of, we're still on spoofs.
The-
So I think with that being a surprising success, then it makes sense for Spaceballs to do another spoofy movie.
Yes, indeed, it certainly does.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss about Spaceballs? Anything that comes to mind?
Did we cover almost everything, I think?
I think so.
I think so as well, at least of note.
Okay.
Unless we want to talk about Dot, the robot.
Sure. What would you like to say about it?
One of my favourite lines is, "Don't touch her, my virgin alarm will go off before you do."
Yeah. No, that's very good.
I have to say, she's certainly a character, and she definitely adds to it. She's no C-3PO, who they're trying to imitate. She's kind of her own character.
I thought it was really funny that they kept her on roller skates the whole time.
Yeah, that must have taken a lot of balancing to get right, because you would have had to go through so many takes, unless she was a roller skater, and she was used to it. Which,
yeah, I don't know. I also liked that she called that back at the wedding at the end, saying, "Alright, no more need for the virgin alarm, I can turn that off now."
Yes, indeed. So it was heralding a new chapter for the princess, which was nice, I think.
Yeah, no, indeed. Alright, how would you review, what's your general rating and review of Spaceballs?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, go on, elaborate.
I think just in terms of a spoof, if we're rating it according to it being a spoof, 8 out of 10.
Okay.
If it's anything else, unrated.
Unrated, okay.
Because really, it was a film of its time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of the jokes and stuff wouldn't pass muster today.
Do you prefer this movie or Galaxy Quest?
Galaxy Quest, hands down. What about you?
Nice. I prefer Spaceballs. I just love how silly it is. I love a good silly movie.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Of course. This was silly to the nth degree, and I know that Galaxy Quest was a very different kind of spoof. It was far more family friendly, far more of a love letter to fans of Star Trek.
Indeed.
This was very much more taking the piss out of Star Wars.
Yes.
Which I enjoyed. I like that. I can have a laugh with that.
I think there needs to be more movies like Spaceballs out there, and satire humor needs to come back.
Yes, I quite like satire. The idea of taking the mickey out of this heightened, ridiculous version of something, I find that quite entertaining.
Yeah.
As long as it stays in that heightened, ridiculous realm,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with it. So yes, no, overall, I think I prefer Spaceballs over Galaxy Quest. I can't remember what I rated Galaxy Quest, but I still prefer the other spoofs that I've seen.
Yeah.
With in Tropic Thunder and Basketball, and
I mean,
that's it off the top of my head. So I think I will round it out with somewhere between a 6.5, 7 out of 10.
That's fair. I think for me, as a spoof, 8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It ticks all the right boxes as far as spoof goes. Yeah, I think for a general rating though, a 6.5 out of 10 is probably fair.
Nice.
We're doing a critical one. Anyway, thanks so much for listening, guys, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Keep gaming on Kooy style.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Couch
Potatoes.